How is it going, everybody? Welcome to another live stream and episode of Down in the Bayou. Every single Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can come hang out with me on this show. If you haven't been here before, let me tell you, break it down how it is. So we have two segments. The first segment is Real Hoops. We talk about New Orleans Pelicans basketball, everything that entails, um, whether that be trades, the roster, if we're in the playoffs or not. Anything regarding the Pelicans, we talk about it here, and anything NBA related that I see fit. And then the second show, we talk about NBA Top Shot, NBA license, NFTs, and collectibles. Own your favorite highlights and videos of your favorite players. Climb the leaderboards. Even meet some of your favorite players. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on into this week's episode. Hello, Okie Kid. How you doing, buddy? Man, you're about to have the time of your life because you're used to Oklahoma City Thunder being in the postseason. I am not, unfortunately, used to my team being in the postseason, so I don't know what April and May and June basketball feels like. But you sure do, sir. So I applaud you, and I hope you enjoy it. But we're not here to talk about the Thunder and their success and their championship. We're here to talk about the New Orleans Pelicans first and foremost. Um, our season is winding down to an end, a bitter end that that this season was not what we anticipated being. If you asked me in August, like, hey, let's fast forward to April. How do you think the Pelicans would be? I would not say here. Um, you know, 12th, 11th in the Western Conference with no chances of playoff hopes. Um, I would not say that. But there has been some silver linings as we get to the end of the season, which is that we are playing our rookies now because we don't really have anything to play for. So we're kind of resting everybody else. And then the rookies kind of get their playing time back, which has been an amazing watch the past two games. And I'll get into that in a second. Yeah, right here. This is one of the reasons right here. Mr. Derek Queen is back on the map. Um, so let's talk about it. Um, this season hasn't been what we wanted, as we said, with a lot of things. Lack of success, coaching changes, roster changes, people not performing up to snuff. But there has been amazing points in the season, like Derek Queen's rise as a rookie. Jeremiah Fears got his first 40-point game, which I have in the background and I'll play later against the Utah Jazz. Zion was relatively healthy. Trey played well. Um, so there's a lot to look forward to for next year. It's not all doom and gloom. But I want to get to first. I want to get to how refreshing it has been to watch the past two games. Um, the past two games have been so fun to watch for the New Orleans Pelicans. And the reason why is because we know as a fan base, we're not playing for anything and we're just there to cheer on the young guys and watch them play, watch them develop without any pressure. And the last two games have been so fun as a fan. And I can feel that, for Derek Queen and Jeremiah Fears, especially, there's less pressure. They're not looking back at the bench every time to see if they're going to get subbed out or not for a little mistake. Um, and, we put up 158 against the G League Jazz. Jeremiah Fears got 40 points. It was an amazing time. Derek Queen 17, 12, and 7. Just fun hoops. And then we went to Boston yesterday. Got absolutely smacked. They tied the NBA three-point record on us. But Derek Queen had an amazing game, 9 for 12. He went 25 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks, and he was killing. And I've said this before on the show that I'm totally okay with the Pelicans losing now. Like I would be okay with it and watching it for the next 2 or 3 years, as long as we have 100% committed and picked the path, like last night. If we commit to Derek Queen and Jeremiah Fears, the fan base would accept that. And I felt way I felt way happier watching Pelicans basketball with this young core than the vets, to be honest. Like Zion, and I just if that doesn't kind of scream the writing's on the wall, then I really don't know what else will. Um, but watching Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen kind of play without these chains or shackles of you know, misforgotten mistakes that will be held against them later. It was just really fun to see. So I kind of want to take a look, Jeremiah Fears, he got 40 points against the Utah Jazz, and I kind of want to break that down a little bit. Um, you know, look how fast he is. Like, this is the thing that people don't realize that he is 6'4". For some reason his frame's a little smaller on the screen um, than he really is. Like if you see him in person, like he's got some height and he's got some muscle to him. And he's only 19. He's only going to keep growing. Um, and his right here, this is a big reason why I'm high on Jeremiah Fears because his decision making has gotten a lot better. Old Jeremiah would have just taken it to the hole every single time without passing the ball. But like he would do stuff like that, but he wouldn't finish. But you can tell that he's been working on his game, his decision making, um, and I still hold it that I think he's the fastest in the league, hands down, fastest in the league. He's my guy Jordan Hawkins. He's been playing really well too. So I'm saying it's still fun to enjoy the Pelicans guys who don't get to play much, honestly. Like they're way more fun to watch, even if we lose, than the vets, which also. But that's just me. He's just out here chilling, man. It's so fun to see. You with this. The Okie kid says feeling there's a trade for Zion in 26-27 with the strong for developing. You know, here's the problem having Okie is that logic would tell you yes, and the fan base would probably agree with you here. But if I know Pelicans basketball more than anybody, then I'll say that don't be surprised if we extend him this summer for 30 million, 35 million, like the mid level. Like, don't be surprised. And we keep Zion and we try this another year because Joe Dumars doesn't want to lose. And we stay in NBA purgatory, halfway in the youth, halfway in the vet, and then they decide to trade Zion next summer, which is already a year too late. Because history will tell you that that's most likely going to happen. Because of the Brandon Ingram situation. Like you can go back and look Anthony Davis. Like we always wait too long, and I think we're gonna wait on that one too. And I've said this multiple times in the show. Zion and DQ can't coexist. It's not gonna happen. You have to pick a lane. I would rather pick the DQ lane. It's young, fun, it's exciting. His upside huge. Zion has had 7, 8 years as a New Orleans Pelican to prove himself. And he's never played a playoff game for us in his eighth season next year. He'll never play a playoff game. Love Zion, but I mean, it is what it is, right? And look at this kid, Jeremiah Fears. Like, he's the future of the team. Point guard, smart, fast, looks like a superstar potential too. Um, Pelicans have always done a pretty good job drafting. Even if they're not with us long term. Tyson Daniels, uh, Defensive Player of the Year. Um, First team defense. You have Nikhil Alexander Walker, who we had in New Orleans, but we let go. Who was actually balling with um, Tyson Daniels, um, Jackson Hayes. Like he's not great at all. I'm glad we got rid of him, but he's starting. He's starting in the Lakers with 8 some nights. People just seem to kind of thrive when they leave us, which is painful. Um, and I think Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen are going to kind of change the narrative on New Orleans Pelicans basketball. Um, because to be frank, nobody really respects us as a franchise. We've had 2 playoff round wins, um, in franchise history. One is the Pelicans, one is the Hornets. I mean, we don't really scream blue chip championship culture. We don't really scream like, keep your head down and develop and become a good team down the road, trust the process. Like, we're not Spurs. Like, we don't really have an identity. And I think DQ and Fears are going to kind of create that identity for us as a team going forward, as a fan base. And, people are kind of hung up on our coaching situation right now. But if we go the developing route, I think James Braco's fine. He's cheap. You don't want to win anyway. Just have him play the young guys. But, we've been tied to Darvin Ham and Jamal Mosley, and that is grim. Like, honestly, I'd rather take Jamal Mosley, I guess. But Darvin Ham, absolutely not. And James Borrego, he's not a winning coach, but if you choose the developmental route, he's fine. Um, like the New Orleans Pelicans, I've said this multiple times, like, we have to choose a path. You can choose Zion and keep trying to compete in a loaded West for the next 3-4 years. Or you can push the button now, rip the Band-Aid off, build around DQ and Fears with no expectations as a fan base or as an organization. The only expectation is that the rookies get better with every year, and eventually you'll be fine. And I think that's where we need to be. You can keep Bay around. He's a good guy, good player. DeJounte would probably need to get moved. Zion and Herb would be the first people moved. Keep Trey. But other than that, like, I really don't see next season changing. And I don't understand why you would run it back. But if you know anything about New Orleans Pelicans and the organization and how they operate, history and logic would kind of tell you that that's exactly what's going to happen. But watching Derek Queen and Jeremiah Fears the past 2 games has been really fun to see. And I really hope that we continue with the developmental path rather than keep rehashing and putting lipstick on a pig, with lack of a better term, with the old guys. And what's crazy is Zion's not even that old. He's 26. I turned 26. But it's more about the timing. It's time to have a youth movement in New Orleans. I think Derek Queen and Jeremiah Fears are well equipped to handle that. And yeah, we have one more game against Minnesota, and I kind of anticipate that the rookies again will ball out, and it'll be another fun game. And that's what we could have going forward next year, all year, is just if we choose the developmental path, leave the Zion era in the past, next year would just be a really, really fun, a really, really fun year for New Orleans Pelicans basketball, because there's no false hope. There's no unrealistic expectations tied to a guy that you've been married to for 7 years, better or for worse. And, we can start with a breath of fresh air. And I think that's really what the Pelicans need. What's up? Thunder Hour? Look what your boy's wearing. Got my Loud City Collective hoodie on right now. Me and so Mr. Thunder Hour here and I went to a Thunder game together, Boston Celtics, and he got me this hoodie that I wear. It's like one of the most comfortable hoodies ever. Yeah, shout out Loud City Collective. Great people, including the Capitan right here, Thunder Hour. But yeah, guys, that does it for our first segment, Real Hoops, where we talk about New Orleans Pelicans basketball, anything NBA related. And the playoffs are on the horizon. I can't wait to see the West as it unfolds. I think it's gonna be really, really, really fun, and there's gonna be some upsets, I believe. Uh, but unfortunately, the Pelicans aren't in it, but that's okay. I can still enjoy playoff basketball. Last year, I really enjoyed watching the Pacers run Halliburton, and I hope there's going to be similar magic this year with some team. Um, and I think it's going to be the Atlanta Hawks. I'm going to call my shot now. I think Atlanta is going to surprise everybody. I have Detroit coming out of the East, but I think Atlanta is going to surprise a lot of people with how they play. Oh, shout out Okie Kid. Shout out Okie Kid. Congrats on the rookie Rev DQ special serial. Yeah, man, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that now in our thank you for the easy fastball segue here. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. We're gonna get into the real moments portion where we talk about NBA Top Shot. You can collect your favorite highlights of your favorite players that is licensed, and you may get to meet your favorite player, like I have Derek Queen, if you collect them hard enough. So, guys, as you can see from the banner here, Rookie Revelation is here. We've been waiting all year for it. All roads have led here, and this is going to be the biggest, baddest, amazing drop that Top Shot has ever had. They've been really ambitious with the artwork, and they've teased it with Con Knipple and Cooper Flag. The art panels, they look absolutely sick. I'll kind of show you in the blog really fast here, and I can kind of break down the blog for people who are not wanting to read everything. And I'm sure you've already seen it somewhere from other people, which is fine, but it doesn't hurt to go over it again. So, guys, Rookie Revelation is dropping April 15th. It's very close. I hope you've been collecting the rares of your favorite players, whether that being Origins, Freshman Gems, or MGLE. Those rares are going to come in handy because auctions will start soon where you can upgrade into their legendary Rookie Revelation moment with draft footage and the most ambitious art yet, which is unique to every single player on the panel, which we'll get into here in a bit. There's going to be 3 auction slots available. So there's going to be 3 chances for you to win 3 moments. You could sweep like I'm going to try to do DQ, or you can focus all your efforts on one. But whatever you end up doing, no harm, no foul. If you don't win them, you get your rares back, So let's take a look here. Here's the beautiful art panel, man. And the Cooper looks so cool. Like, people don't understand the nod to like the pine trees in the back of his panel. I think that's referencing his home state of Maine. And I love the green uniform, electric ball. They've kind of made it, more of like a downtown style with a cool artwork, but still realistic. I think they absolutely nailed this. And every single one of the 30 rookies that are in Rookie Revelation will have their own unique art panel. And I'm super excited to see what Derek Queen's is going to be. And I keep checking Top Shot. But Sam, guys, you've minted them, but you still don't have them up yet. I'm sad. I want to see every single rookie, and I want to really, really study them on the art panels and see what differences you've done. But they're not on the site yet, and I'm really eager for them to be on the site. So if you take a look at the roster, we already kind of know who it's gonna be. Ace, Asa, Caleb Love, Carter Bryant, Coward, CMB, Cooper, Danny Wolf, DQ, my guy Derek Queen, Dylan Carwell, Harper, Yegor Dioman, Hugo Gonzalez, Jeremiah Fears, Kasparas Yakachonis, Cam Malawach, Kobe Sanders, Khan, Mad Max, Neat Clifford, Noah Penda, Traore, Kalkbrenner, Nemhard, Sion James, Trey Johnson, VJ Edgecombe, Walter Clayton, Will Richard, and Will Riley. The snapshot has already been taken. So if you are number 1 on their leaderboard, you will get airdropped, as it has been all season. Very consistent. Well done, Top Shot. If you're number 1 on the players' leaderboard, you will get airdropped their jersey serial only minted 29 rookie revelation legendary rookie moment, which I will be the recipient of Derek Queen. And I've already decided I'm going to wait to rip it until next week's show on next Saturday. I'm going to rip it live on stream. Next Saturday, I will rip my Derek Queen rookie revelation jersey serial. Now, you may ask, well, what about the players that don't have a jersey serial because it's only minted to 29? What about VJ Edgecombe? Only minted to 77. Cooper Flagg, you can't mint all the way to 32. It's only to 29. Players will still get a special serial if they're number one on their leaderboard, getting the perfect 29 out of 29. Even Jeremiah Fears, who is at number 0, they will get Delicious Onion, for instance, won that one. He's going to get the 29 out of 29. Okay. Now, auctions will start this Monday. So we're only a couple of days away from the auctions. And this is what I was talking about. You can upgrade any rare moment you have of those rookies into a legendary with the draft footage inside of it. Amazing art panel. Lowest minted rookie legendary set to date on Top Shot. I, for one, am going to try to sweep the Derek Queens. If I have 3 out of 29, if I win all 3 auctions and you added my jersey serial, I already have 4 out of 29 minted. That is insane. And Kingmaker, Skyline, Hollow Icon, Top Script, MGLE, Vintage Vibes, Rookie Debut, and Bag Work will also be in this drop, to kind of round things out here. And yeah, the art is super special. I think this is going to be a drop for the ages. And, Torque and I were talking on Discord, and I was like, hey, we have our guys. Like, I'm going to get DQ. You're going to get Trey Johnson. You're going to get the jersey serial. But is there any guys on the outside looking in that we can go ahead and kind of underdog bet our chips on, stack their rares, people aren't looking type thing? Man, I looked. There really is not a rookie that you can just sweep and be at the top of. People have underestimated that 1,000 mint count rookie debut and how scarce these rare rookies are, because there's not really a lot to go around. The guy I'm high on that I wanted to get on was Nolan Traore. I could, stack his MGLE, but, there's a couple at a good price right now. But if you look further, it's just going to be too expensive because there's already stacks. There's going to be too expensive. I would have to buy too many. And, this is a guy that I would have done it for. But to be honest, I don't feel comfortable going after another rookie right now. It's just going to be, it's not going to be smart. So this is why I've been saying all year, read the blog, read the roadmap, because all roads have led to here, no pun intended. And if you stacked early, you had a conviction early, you're sitting pretty. You've gotten jersey serials awarded to you all year. And now you just got to sit back and relax. If I didn't stack and go hardcore on Derek Queen at the beginning of the season, I wouldn't be here right now. And I hope that's a lesson for some of you next year. If you have a guy that you're really high on this draft class, when that rookie debut drops, go. Don't wait. So, Okie Kid says, what's my prediction on Flag and DQ? Man, it's so hard to say. I've thought about Flag a lot. I think I have DQ's dialed. I think his will be 600, 550 to 650. I think that's kind of what his legendaries will kind of hover around, is $550 to $650. And for the auctions, I don't know, man. I can't give away my secret on the DQ auction yet because I think I have the math figured out. It'll be fine. But the Flag is hard because if you look at Victor Wembanyama, he's the undisputed chaser rookie people want, his legendary, his rookie revelation. It's minted all the way to 75. All the way to 75, and you're about to see some crazy shit. So look here. So Victor Wembanyama's rookie revelation, the lowest ask is $5,000, and the average sales price is $5,000, and he's minted to 75. And Cooper Flagg has had arguably a better rookie year than him at a younger age. So to me, no, I think it's more. I think it's more than 5K. You know, Victor Wembanyama is at 5K and has minted to 75. Even if you are higher on Victor Wembanyama as a prospect and the hype and everything, Cooper's minted to 29. I'm saying 6K, 6.5. That's what I'm saying. $6,500. And anything less than that is egregious. I mean, good for you if you can steal it, but yeah, I think people are still undervaluing Cooper's moments right now, still to this day. But yeah, Rookie Revelation's coming, and I really can't wait for it. I think next week's episode is going to be way, way, way better because the moments will already be up. The drop will have already happened, and I get to kind of show y'all what I've been working for all year long. And I've already kind of anticipated my pins. I got the rookie debut and my favorite rare up there, but I left that third slot open for Derek Queen. So yeah, I can't wait to see what happens there. Yeah. So there's a showcase I want to show y'all with the playoffs, coming up, and it's called a playoff showcase. I don't actually have very many playoff moments in my collection, but I have 5 that I really, really cherish. And I kind of wanted to show y'all today. So let's go ahead and dive in really quickly. Now, Jaylen Brown championship year. I remember the shot like it was yesterday. I got to see them play in person in Oklahoma City, the Boston Celtics, and I kind of knew that they were going to be in the finals that year. Like I think everybody did. Just super, super talented and full of vets, and it was kind of their year. We all knew it. The Jays were like peak. Jaylen Brown just took over the playoffs like he does every year, and this is actually a cool serial. 2024. They won the 2024 championship, and I have this moment here, one of my favorite playoff moments. This one's special. It is one of the few and only playoff moments that New Orleans Pelicans has on Top Shot. But this moment's special for me in a lot of different ways. So it's the number 30 serial, and that has significance here. The reason why is because my 30th birthday, Top Shot let me meet Trey Murphy on a live call, like a live meet and greet. And it was really cool on my 30th birthday. So to celebrate, I bought his number 30 cereal playoff moment from that year. Yeah, meeting Trey was a really fun time. I'll cherish for a long time. And he even wished me happy birthday on X, which is really, really sick. So yeah, I'll hold this moment near and dear to my heart. The Thunder absolutely routed us, and there was no Zion. But what an amazing moment to have. Next, I've already had this moment on this show before. It's my perfect serial Tyrese Halliburton finals game-winning Lego from last playoffs. I was rooting for the Pacers hard, man. This run Tyrese Halliburton was on last year was like insane, and hitting this game winner, game 1 in Oklahoma City was such a statement. I had to have a moment from his playoff run, and what better than the finals, a perfect serial finals. And if you watch Game 7, I'm not trying to stir up anything with Thunder Hour and Okie Kid, but I personally believe if Tyrese Halliburton did get hurt, I think that we would be crowning a new champion in 2025. But y'all won fair and square. You earned the championship. Well done to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Just watching Tyrese Halliburton was like probably the greatest playoff performance I've ever seen. If you look at his playoff run as a whole, it was just insane. And next we have my guy, Anthony Davis from the bubble, the Kobe shot. I'm kind of a hot take. I really, really miss bubble hoops. I really miss it because it was just pure hoops, man. Like every game in Disneyland, Disney World, whichever one it is, was awesome. And this game winner, Anthony Davis deserved to be Finals MVP. 100% deserved to be Finals MVP. He was the best player on the Lakers all the way through. But if you have LeBron in your team, he's got to steal everything, right? Egotistical. So, sorry, LeBron fans, but I really do feel like my boy AD should have gotten the Finals MVP that year. I really do. And to round this off, Jaylen Brown getting his rightful Eastern Conference Championship Larry Bird Trophy. I've said it for a while now. It's not a slight to Jason Tatum. I just really believe that Jaylen Brown is the best Boston Celtic on the team, and it's not even close. Like, from every playoff performance he has, he just outshines JT every single time. And he's a two-way player, and he can do it all. 3-level scoring. You saw this year, he put the Celtics kind of on his back for a long time until JT came back. And to me, that highlights how special Jaylen Brown is. So yeah, love this moment. But yeah, it'd be really cool if y'all could make your own playoffs showcase and put it on X so I can see it. But these are kind of my 5 favorite playoff moments. So I'm gonna do one more quick check, and I gotta see if Sam put up the rookie revelations. I doubt it, but I'm fiending for him, man. I want to see him. See, I just want to see him, man. Please. We all want to see the rookie revelations, and we don't have much time. Like, the drop starts soon. The drop starts in a day, or pre-order, a day in 21 hours. So, yeah. Well, guys, it has been an amazing time. I got to cut it short today because I have some important stuff to do today. No NBA basketball, so I'm taking advantage of that, and I got to get some stuff done today. But guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Next Saturday's episode is going to be super, super fun. I'm going to rip my Jersey Serial airdrop Derek Queen rookie revelation moment, only minted to 29. I'm going to rip it on stream next week. So please do not miss that. I would love to have y'all in here hanging out and celebrating with me. But guys, thank y'all so much. This has been another episode and live stream of Down in the Bayou. I am BayouSniper. Thank you for all the support. I will see y'all next time.